All right, we are exactly 3 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline. We got a big move yesterday. Pascal Siakam going to Indy, but you know we're not done. Perk, we've seen the Pacers, we've seen the Knicks sort of get into the trade market a little bit early. Who are some teams you have an eye on? I think it's time for a Big Perk's Big List.
Hello, world. I know you've been saying me all around ESPN, bet, you know what I mean, commercials and all that, but we cannot forget about NBA today and Perk's Big List. Teams that need to make a move. Damn it, this is my list. This is not Malika list.
No.
This is not Austin list.
Never.
This is not Zach list.
Definitely
and it's definitely not Squidward's list. This is Big Perk list. All right, starting at number 5.
Squidward was correct.
Malika, give me some energy.
I got
give
you.
me the energy
Ready?
I need.
Bam!
There you go. The Milwaukee Bucks. Why? They got to tighten up on their defense around the perimeter. They don't need to make a big move, just a small move. It's a lot of pieces out there they could go out there and get to help to strap up and take some of that load off of the interior for us. Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo and help Dame out. All right, coming in at number 4.
4.
Give me one, Zach.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Bam! There you go. I like that.
Oh, I got the Hawks?
You got the Hawks because you were high on the Hawks. I was high on the Hawks, and I have a problem with the Hawks. Why can't Murray and Trae Young get it done together? Why are they 6 games below 500 right now? When you look at their starting lineup, right, you think about Capella. You look at Sadiq Bey. Like, these guys are certified, like, pros and should have a better record, especially under Quinn Snyder. So since they've been dropping, I feel like they need to make a move, and they need to split up Trae Young and Dejounte Murray. Coming in at number 3, Austin, give me some energy, boy.
Oof.
I raised
I
you
don't want
right.
to pop a thread here.
You know how we go.
This is tight. Hold on.
Yeah, it is a little.
Bam! Oh, okay.
That was smooth.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
I keep
the
it tight.
Lakers. Everyone wanted to argue with me in the A block,
Right here.
you know, talking about, the Lakers are dangerous, but they're really not. Not in the Western Conference. They need speed around the perimeter. They need a guy that could get down here and attack and put pressure and take the load off of LeBron James, but put pressure on the defense and get Anthony Davis easier buckets. Coming in at number 2. RJ, there you go, boy. You looking nice. You looking nice. I miss you. I miss you.
Bam.
That's how you gonna do?
Yeah. Bam.
Wow.
Boy, hey, who needs? That's just low
Thank
down.
you.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, they need to make a move. You know why? They are so soft in the middle. They lost back-to-back games to the Clippers and the Lakers, and my boy Holmgren was getting punished down low. Not just by Anthony Davis, but by Plumlee as well. They was giving up too many offensive rebounds to the point where the coach was trying to go small, and that wasn't working either. I mean, they got to make a move, get a center in there, move Chet to the 4 position, and take some pressure off of him. Now at number 1. Let me show you how it go. Bam! Put it up there. The Golden State Warriors, the team, the dynasty, right? They have an identity problem. They lost their spirit. Klay Thompson is beefing with the front office. Draymond Green, fresh off suspension. They got to make a move. And I'm not talking about a small move. I'm not talking about moving Moses Moody. I'm not talking about moving Jonathan Kuminga. I'm talking about Dre or Klay. That's one of the guys that got to go. They got to break up the band. Everybody has done it. You know what I'm saying? This is my list. I think I did pretty good.
You out of breath, bro. You okay? Come on, man. We get through it, man. I'm proud of you.
All right. One team that is not on your list, Kendrick Perkins, and it is your list, is the Philadelphia 76ers. The James Harden trade left them, right, with a little nice stash of draft picks, some expiring contracts. They're also 3rd in the Eastern Conference, sitting behind Boston and Milwaukee, who was on your list. Zach, do you think they need to make a move?
I think they need to make a marginal move. I think the conversation they're having internally and a win like at home against Denver, and they were on a back-to-back, the Sixers the other night, makes them think, do we really need to make a big move? Like, do we have enough right now? And I think it's reasonable for them to think, hey, maybe we do, and we save everything for our cap space this summer. I think they can trade 5 first-round draft picks this summer once the calendar rolls over. But I do think if they really want to compete, they really want to win 4 playoff series, and that should be the goal when you have Joel Embiid. I think they need one more marginal upgrade. It could be just another ball-handling guard, like a 5th, 6th guy. One more guy. Go for it.
I agree. When you look at your playoff history and you're like, hey, we've had very good teams, I would want to stack the deck. I would want to stack the deck in my favor. If I could give away a little something and get a quality piece to add, because this is what we're talking about. Can the 76ers finally get out of the second round for the first time in 23 years? Ooh. 23 years. So, look, you've had an MVP. He's been second in voting. You've had plenty of players. You've had Jimmy Butler come through there. You know, obviously they have Tobias Harris. They've had James Harden come through there, and they still haven't gotten through. This year, in my opinion, you gotta have a little bit more in your favor, especially with Boston looking the way they are, especially with Milwaukee adding Dame in a late game situation, in my opinion. So if you get a chance to stack the deck and you're Philly, you stack the deck. If not, you just wait for Bron next year.
Look,
Wait, what now?
What?
That you
Just drop that in at the end?
No, I'm just saying. Look, all I'm saying, look, Bronny, we saw Bronny playing. If you know the 76ers want to draft Bronny, you know they got money to go get a max spot.
Okay, Richard. Just throw that out. Okay.
I'm making up.
But seriously, if the Sixers couldn't land Pascal Siakam, they're perfectly fine right now. They're perfectly fine. Like, Nicholas Batum is so underrated for what he brings to the table. Patrick Beverley has been phenomenal with his leadership and his play of what he's been bringing in off the bench. And then when you think about, like, Nick Nurse got this team playing with a different type of spirit. And I don't know how much Tyrese Maxey has to show us that he's legit.
Right.
But I don't think nobody want to see him come postseason.
So I don't necessarily disagree with you, and they have, according to Bobby Marks, $55 million in cap space this offseason, so free agency could also be a path for them. But don't you want to do everything you can, Austin, to stay out of third so that you avoid having to play both the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics sort of in your path?
For sure, if there was something on the market right now in terms of trade value where they could get a piece that's available, there's just really nothing there. You talked about it, the Warriors not having an identity. Philly found theirs. They got rid of James. They had to come together. They've played much better than anybody thought they would. Joel's having a better season than his MVP season. Like you said, they have the cap space for the summer. Right now, it just seems like everything's flowing pretty smooth over there. Nick Nurse is doing a great job in his first year. Like, I don't think, if you're going to do something, I agree with Zach, it has to be marginal. I don't think anything major right now needs to be done. They look pretty solid.
Well, the great thing about their situation, you said $55 million, is they can trade a little something and get a little something back and still have a max cap slot this summer, depending on how much the guy makes. I just think, like, Batum is an amazing role player. DeAnthony Melton is a really good role player starter. I just think they need one more good guy. Kelly Oubre's been good for, like, if you threw Alex Caruso onto this team as just a sixth man, I think that helps you.
I love that, Zach. I love that, Zach, but it's only one team in the Eastern Conference that you could actually say that'll beat the Philadelphia 76ers
Miami Heat.
in the 70-game series. Chill out, Richard. The Celtics. Yeah. That's the only team.
Well, unfortunately, you got to beat that team.
I know, but what I'm saying is, to me, if the 76ers reach to the conference finals, they have accomplished a lot this season, right? They could walk out of the arena and say, you know what, we did what we needed to do.
Them losing to Boston is not a problem.
No.
As long as it's in the conference finals.
As long as it's in the conference finals.
Right, but that's the problem about being in third, is that you would have to go through both.
The only team that avoids that is the first seed.
Right.
And then Boston's pretty far ahead. I don't think they're catching them in the first seed. Hold on. I just want to say, Perk, we had this whole discussion yesterday where everyone yelling at me about Joel Embiid saying Jokic is the best player in the league. And I didn't think it was a big deal. You're telling me, like, you're cool, conference final. Yeah, we lost 4-2, great season. Like, this is Joel Embiid's team. He's in his prime. Go for it. You're cool with just losing to Boston?
But what you mean go for it? I said if they stay as put, Zach, what are they going to go get? Like, what piece are they going to – you just said they need to make a marginal move.
I like that, Alex.
And then all of a sudden you just said go for it.
No, I'm just surprised that your view of the Sixers is, hey, if we get to the conference finals and a great season, let's pat ourselves on the back.
It is a great season because nobody expected this. Nobody expected them to get there. Nobody thought when
it would
James
be a good season. I just think they're good enough now to say, hey, why not us? Like, why can't we win the whole thing?
And they may believe that in the locker room.
And then we have Dejounte Murray.
Trade who?
Beating the Magic with that one.
Somebody else could use that on a consistent basis if the Hawks don't want it.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, Bobby Marks, there's a couple of different trades that potentially might work for Dejounte Murray? Here's one. The Lakers Hawks.
Why would the Hawks do
A little
that?
proposed trade. Well, LeBron James, he was asked about what the Lakers should do.
I don't play fantasy basketball. What I do is focus on the guys that's here and is in uniform and show up to work every day. It's too disrespectful to be thinking about what we need or what we don't have. I don't do that to my teammates. And, we've been putting in the work, and that's what we got to continue to do.
Yes? No, Zach? Make the trade?
Well, first of all, LeBron has a say in whatever he wants to have a say. And second of all,
He has the nickname
that
the
trade,
GM
if
for
I'm
a
the
reason.
Lakers, I do that trade. I think that helps the team. If I'm the Hawks, that's not equivalent to what I traded for Dejounte Murray, which makes me a little bit sad. But look, if I'm the Lakers, that's my line. Like, I'm not putting Austin Reeves in because I just don't think that's enough of a move.
The only way I'm doing this deal, if I'm the Hawks, is if I'm getting Reeves back. At least somebody that's complimentary to Trae Young. If it didn't work with Dejounte Murray, it's not going to work with D'Angelo Russell. He's a guy who needs the ball in his hands as well. That doesn't make any sense for me.
No, I love Bobby Marks to a certain degree, but when we start
When he
looking at
traded you, yeah?
Yeah, he traded me, but look, we don't have to discuss that. But my thing is this, to the point that everyone's making here. Yeah, that's a great deal for the Lakers. Do you know what teams don't like doing great deals for the Lakers? Every other team. They don't want the rich to get richer. So look, Dejounte Murray, he could get a lot. I think he could get a lot of, or the Hawks get a lot better offers on the table than that.
Particularly when they're looking at exactly.
You know
what
how
they
we'll
gave up
know
to
if they
get
trade him. If they trade him for something better. If not, then we'll see.
Okay.
Where do you fall on this, Perk?
I actually love it. I think it's a win-win for both parties. Isn't it a first-round pick in there?
Yeah,
You
but
know
it's
what I
top
mean?
8 protected.
Manhood should be, too.
And it seemed like they, unload a little bit of money too, as well. You know what I mean? The Hawks do. So I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, it's obvious that Murray and Trae Young are not getting along. I ain't saying they beefing, but damn it, everything ain't peaches and cream over there. I actually love it. If the Hawks don't have another option, they might have to take this from the Lakers.
Well, how the Los Angeles Lakers are going to approach the trade deadline.
Their agent is Rich Paul. You know he's going to be aggressive.
You scared me,
That's
Perk.
Murray agent.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm going try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.